All right, we're 14 weeks away.
14 weeks. Yeah, it's getting closer.
Yeah, it's getting closer.
Yeah. How's the nerves?
It's good. When I was at 16, I was like carefree, living my best life, thinking, I've got ages. You get to 14, you're like, it's not too far away.
Yeah.
It's literally less than 100 days. How about you?
And you know how when I said like, in 17 weeks, we're going to do the photo shoot. And it's like, yeah, I'm going to start next week. And you start the week after. And then if you're like, I really got to start. That's it.
And you start mathematically calculating, all right, okay, if I lose a kilo a week, I'll be this weight. If I do half a kilo a week, I'll be this weight. If I fuck up a few days and then do 1 kilo a week, I'll be this weight.
Yeah.
What do I do?
Yeah.
You know? So we are very much looking forward to the team. I think we're all elevating right now. Everyone's like kind of put the systems in place, the routines. Everyone's like, holy shit, I need to do something about this. I'm not going to be the fattest one there.
Yeah.
So yeah, what's your mindset going into this?
Can't remember the last time I was on that, man. I'm trying to push to my competition weight now, which is like, 17 years ago. I was not at that target weight that I have set for myself. I'm very competitive, so that's what's driving me. And I think you're having that brilliant idea of us coaching each other.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It keeps us on our nerves the whole time.
How much have you lost so far?
I have lost now 5 kilos.
There you go.
Yeah. From the time I was in Russell Kema, so the all-inclusive, thanks to the boss. He tried to feed me before the event, and then he dropped the bomb on me, so...
I was like, yeah, go and fill your boots. All inclusive. You've earned it. Well done. And then I was like, by the way, on Monday, Monday we're starting this thing that you're going to need to not eat all inclusive buffets of.
I was literally stuffing my mouth when you sent me that message.
What do you think is going to be the biggest challenge for you?
I would think is managing my meals around my family. Because I live close to my parents. We eat with my parents. I have a little one.
Yeah.
So you will have some snacks laying around. And it's always like, I do check-ins with the clients. They're telling me about, I snacked on this. I was like, hey, there's chocolate in front of me and I can't have it. So I think that would be the biggest challenge for me, to manage that.
How's the family been receptive to it so far?
Actually, they were really supportive. At the beginning, of course, there's resistance.
Yeah.
Of course, we don't want to do that. But now I feel the whole family is shifting to what I'm eating because my mother, first of all, she doesn't want to cook multiple foods. Same for my wife. So it's like, we'll just eat the same thing.
No, that makes sense. I'm very much in that. I'm lucky because I don't have anybody. You've just got to organize it a little bit, but we're still friends, family. It was my birthday on Friday, so managing those times are challenging to a degree. There are certain things where, I'm going to enjoy that because it is my birthday, whatever. But that was a half a day, and then it was back into it, and then come Monday, I'd lost weight.
So let me ask you this: how did you manage to recover from the birthday? Because a lot of people, the birthday comes, and then it takes a while to recover from as well when they're dieting.
I guess it was the tactical decisions on the day. So birthdays for me used to be an all-out exploration of food, whereas what I did was I tactically just went to a beach club with all my friends and just used all my calories on alcohol. Everyone was eating at the same time. Everyone was getting pizzas and burgers and chips and chicken tenders. I think I had 2 chicken tenders, 2 bites of calamari. The rest was just alcohol. So by the time I'd had my 5 glasses of small wine, I'd done 1,000 calories in wine. But then come the evening, when I was a little bit drunk, I didn't eat much in the evening. So for me, I had roast dinner. I only had 2 pieces of beef, a couple of potatoes, and half a Yorkshire pudding, and I was kind of done. And I knew that if I would have took that meal over the edge, I know for me, it's normally what happens after alcohol that becomes the barrier, not the alcohol itself. So it's normally the kebab after the pints that is the issue. It's normally in preparation, I need to line my stomach. Whereas I was day drinking, so day drinking is the best. I've started at 11, finished at 6, I was home in bed by 8. So I had 1,000 calories worth of wine, and then I'd already done my 10, 15,000 steps. I trained in the morning before my birthday, and therefore then I just ended up having a day of probably deficit. And it didn't carry on into my weekend. I know that people do these birthday weeks and birthday days where it's multiple days because you see multiple friends, where it's I've learned the hard way now. It was just I just feel shit after 3 or 4 days of doing that. So what I do is I just have one day or one afternoon where that's my birthday, and then I don't buy into the whole it's a birthday weekend, enjoy yourself. I just it was my birthday on the 4th, the 5th, the 6th, the 7th. It's a normal day.
Yeah.
And that's took me a long way to get to that point because every single birthday I used to buy into it loads. And then you see other friends and they'd get you something. So Barty, for example, she bought me a cake, but I didn't see her till the 5th. So, instead of one of my meals, I had a snack of a piece of cake. So I didn't go and then use all my calories on the 4th. I tactically had something on the 5th and the 6th. That was included in my calories, but it was birthday treat meals.
But that's the thing. You did not go into the birthday mindlessly. You already were thinking about it. So that's really important.
Yeah, and most people don't want to go into birthdays thinking about things. They think, it's my time to enjoy myself. I deserve it. But if every other weekend and every other time you say that is the same tune, it's not really just your birthday. For me, weekends, I do a Friday takeaway, but but at the same time, it's not an all-out occasion. So when I say, oh, it's a one-off that I go out and day drink, it's because it is a one-off, not a once every 2 weeks or once every 3 weeks. It actually is what it says it is, whereas people forget their own hypocrisy, which is, oh, last weekend, it was just a cheat meal. It's just this, but you said the same thing every time. So if your own hypocrisy is the fact that you do that every single same thing every weekend, then sure, that birthday just becomes the icing on a cake of multiple indulgences.
Yeah.
And that just becomes a trend, a weekend trend, whereas that was a one-off for me. I've had alcohol sitting in that champagne fridge since January, so it's one in a very rare occasion.
Interesting.
Actually, Orjita asked a good question because she's here as well. She's just doing some check-ins. Is that she asked the question, she said, are you looking for a body weight target or are you going by what your body looks like?
For me, I would start with a body weight target because I remember when I was 68, now currently I'm 73.5,
Yeah.
but when I was at 68, I felt that was the best shape of my life 17 years ago. So it would be a great feeling to see how that feels. What about you?
No, I'm the same. I think the concept of a bodyweight target is great for two people. Bodyweight targets work for two separate occasions. One is that if you've got a direct reference point or you have been there previously. So for me, I've done photo shoots at 59, 65 and 68. And they're all different variations of me over the last 10 to 15 years. So I can say with hand on heart that if I get anywhere between 65 and 68, I'm going to be how I looked before, because it'd be unreasonable not to have the same or more muscle tissue than I'd be before, level of leanness. There's literally not any other variables that could come into space unless I chopped off a leg or I didn't have a bone, or my bone density went down so low that I had have hollow bones, which is unrealistic to think. So for me and for yourself, like we've got both reference points of where to go. So it's always good to go, all right, I can go between 65, 67, and then look for what the body looks like. Because I might be surprised and be, oh, I've got more muscle than I did last time. Or I might be disappointed and be like, hey, I haven't worked as hard as I should do in the last couple of years since I did my last photo shoot. So that's the things that I would look at. Now, for most other people, the reality is that body weight will always be the governing factor. Like as much as we want to say, oh, well, the belly fat comes down when you lose fat, which is oxidized, which means that you weigh less because there's less of the fat on your body. So the only thing that's going to happen when fat is less on your body is your weight come down. So that's why when people say, oh, weight doesn't matter, it matters everything. You just don't like the idea that it matters, because weight shows failure. Weight shows stalling. Weight shows unpredictability. And if you're not emotionally stable to do that, you'll then be like, oh no, it doesn't matter, when it 100% does. I've never seen anybody do a transformation that has the same weight that they start and that they finish, because fat goes down, and some people might build muscle during that time period. But when you realize that you can lose fat 10 times faster than you can build muscle tissue to a 10-to-1 ratio, it means that for every 10 kilos that you can lose, which is probably around 3 to 4 months worth of work, you gain 1 kilo of muscle mass. So you can't have a replacement of scale. It's impossible. So everyone needs a body weight scale that just challenges what the body weight should be. Do they want to go that low? What do they think about how low that is? And most importantly, it's like, are they willing to lose the extra weight that they thought that they didn't have?
Exactly. That's very interesting, because a lot of people would think about like a weight target. And then once they get to that weight target, they look at themselves in the mirror and they're kind of like disappointed.
The statement goes, and this is for anything in life, when I do X, I will be happy. So I'll get to 70 and I'll be happy. And then you look in the mirror and they're like, now I still can't see my dick. Or, I still have a chubby rolls. It's like, yeah, because you made that target.
Yeah.
The expert didn't make the target. You're not an expert. Otherwise you wouldn't be in the shit that you were before. Like, you're not an expert. You probably didn't listen to the advice. You probably haven't used the BMI scale. You probably haven't got your body fat done. You probably made it up because that's a number that you feel was achievable, not logically the thing to see the results that you want to see. So we do this with clients where they send a picture to us beforehand of what they want to look like at the end. And 10 times out of 10, their goal does not represent, or the amount of weight that they want to lose does not represent the physique that they show. They'll show this guy or this lady, trim, and they'll be like, oh yeah, if I get to 80, I'll be happy. I've never seen anyone in shape at 80 outside of people that I've been training for 20 years on anabolic steroids, genetically gifted. And if you're working in our coaching, you ain't genetically gifted, otherwise you wouldn't need coaching, right? You could eat what you wanted and then you would navigate that. So it always comes at that crux of that the physique that you want isn't on the end of what you believe the target should be, because you're just having quite frankly, a non-educated guess. So what you do is you let someone, or the graph that we have determine it, which we've took from all of our South Asian clients, of who we've got like a physique where they've had a lean belly, or they've had abs, or they've had a trim midsection. We've took all of that data and been like, hey, when you get to this weight and this height, you'll be roughly around here. This weight, this height, you'll be roughly around here. So that's the normal process, because we've done it so many times that we've now got reference points of doing that. So that's why I know for me, when I did my first diet, I knew I was going to be 59 kilos the first time I did a photo shoot. Photoshoot because that's what the graph said. And I wasn't surprised when I hit 59 kilos and people were like, you're 59. I'm like, I take off my top and people aren't going, oh, what weight are you? They're going, holy shit, you look fucking epic. I'm like, how did you do that? But no one wants to know the number behind it because they're scared of it. I love going lower than what people think that you need to go to break all their boundaries as well as mine. Because if I'm in amazing shape, but I weigh 20 kilos less than them and they think they're going to lose 5 pounds and get in shape, they're going to be like, either I'm a freak, which is not the case, or they have freakishly wrong expectations. When it comes to your diet setup and stuff like that, like what's the thing that's been working for you right now? Or what's the changes that you've made from going from like not dieting to dieting that has kind of made the 5 kilo difference?
I would say prepping the meals because I'm a shit cook. I would not save my life with the cooking at all. So I would say having journey with my family was like really helpful so that I get them the stuff like, hey, this is what I need. Yeah. This is the grammage. This is what I need. So prepping the meals in advance certainly was something that was a game changer. And also setting up like, okay, this is my protein target. I'm going to hit my protein, breakfast, lunch, dinner, and then whatever else fills up with the calories, that's what I'm going to have for the day. And then I'm done for the day.
And then is there any like habits that you've had to get rid of?
Oh, absolutely. The chocolate, man. Like, yeah, I love chocolate, man. Like it's absolutely insane. Like, and it has to come, it's a habit because with every cup of coffee, there has to be a chocolate. And that was really tough the first week. I was like, man, come on.
I can imagine. Oh, well, this was episode's short one, but we're using this for a longer form documentary. So we're watching this early. And then at the end of this 14, 15 weeks, we've got a whole YouTube documentary that we're going to put together as well. So see you. Bye.
Let's go.